Instagram, Facebook. You know me, Martin Morris, tool to be too broke.com. Take advantage of the 0% student interest rate. Don't wait for your grandmother to die like me to decide you got to have to pay off your student loan in order to avoid going bankrupt. What happened to me was my grandmother passed away, but before she passed away, we did a living will and we also did a estate plan. The problem with the estate plan was we had accidentally my grandmother put her son in, who was an alcoholic, drug addict, all kind of crazy stuff. And she said, no, I am not going to lose my house to him doing drugs in my house, doing crazy stuff. Martin, please, before I die, let me know you will not let your uncle take over part of this house and lose it. So I promised it to her. But the mistake we made, I'll talk about this to you later, was we had a friend of the family we thought we had a paralegal friend instead of going to a real lawyer. We went to a paralegal person and they kind of messed us up. So I ended up having to spend like about $20,000, $30,000 in order to go to court. The problem was I had lost a couple of duplexes, and in order to fund the payment of the lawyer, I was using my salary, and also I was using the income tax return. So what happened was they got a call from Mr. Morris because I hadn't paid my student loan for about 5 or 6 years. I kept deferring it. And then I got a call, and then it said, Mr. Morris, if you don't pay back your student loan or start paying again, we're going to garnish your wages, and we're also going to just take away your income tax return. And I was getting about $3,000 or $4,000 back from an income return. No, it's like probably $8,000 or $9,000 back from an income tax return because of the losses and the real estate deductions. All of that was going to the lawyer. So if I didn't start paying back that student loan, basically, I would end up going bankrupt, and then I would not end up being able to pay for the lawyer thing for my grandmother, which means my uncle, due to the will being not written appropriately or having a legal counsel investigate it, would have gotten part of the house or maybe all of the house. So that's how I ended up having to pay back my student loan. Don't let that happen to you. Now it's down to it was $94,485. Now it's down to $8,161. And I decided to take advantage of the 0% interest rate since COVID. And which means when it's 0% interest, that means each penny you take will reduce the principal. Back in 2008, my student loan, the amount was $546. And the amount of interest I was paying was $433. Just imagine that. Of that $546, $433 was interest, which means that the loan got reduced by maybe $115. So if I wanted to reduce my loan by at least $300, I'd have to make a payment of about $876, almost $900. That's why I'm preaching, and I want to go out there now and teach you guys about take advantage of this 0% interest rate. Not only can you pay down your interest rate on your student loan, you can keep a little money in your pocket. Just think if this was 2008 and I had that loan, I can say pay $400, would reduce the actual principal, and hey, I'd have $146 left to go if you're going to get drink or get crunk to go take your girlfriend on a date every couple of months. That is the power of 0% interest. If you have a $94,485 this month, long as there's 0% interest, you have a $94,485 next month. That's the power of interest. And some of you guys have like 25, 30, 35% credit cards because the feds have been raising the interest rate. What are you going to do once that 0% interest rate goes away? I know some of you are thinking, oh, I'm just not going to pay my loan. That's great. That's great. You don't have to pay it, but you know what? Every time you go get a finance for a car, every time you try to get the electricity bill, you're going to have to, or hey, you want to start the gas at the new house or apartment you move in, you know what? You're going to have to pay more on that deposit because the better your credit, and the less debt they see that you're a debt risk, the more you're able to get without paying so much money down. You want to finance a car? That's great, Mr. Morris. Hey, instead of paying 5%, hey, you're going to pay 12, 13, 14%. That's what I say. Can you guys afford another 5.5% interest rate for your student loan, along with the 20, 30% credit cards a lot of you guys have? I don't think so. That's why it's my passion right now for the next 4 to 5 months. Take advantage of the 0% interest rate. We're going to talk about this more. I'm going to show you some tricks. If you like what you hear, I got a $39 program and also have a $99 program. Go to 20tobedobroke.com, 20tobedobroke.com. I had to pay back my student loan because my grandmother died. To protect her legacy, to protect the property. You know how it is for black people. We wanted to get our properties. We want to have the houses. But to protect it from going into foreclosure from someone who was a drug addict taking over, or even doing worse, doing drugs and crazy parties in the house, I have to start paying up my student loan. That prevented them from garnishing my wages, prevented them from taking my income tax money, and I could take that extra money and pay it toward the lawyer. But I don't want that to happen to you guys, man. Just don't let someone die before you take action and decide you want to pay off your student loan. I know some of you here, like my buddy Grant Cardone, says you should not pay it. Sometimes you don't really have to pay it, but sometimes you need to pay it just so you can give you some confidence that you're making enough money to pay an obligation that you took out. I don't care if anyone tricked you. I don't care what they told you. You know what you were doing when you were signing it, taking that financial aid, going out, glue, 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 glue. You guys know what I'm talking about. Don't let your grandmother die, man. Don't let your grandmother die till you get motivated. You know, I better pay off this student loan or bad things is going to happen. I'm going to destroy my grandmother's legacy and all that stuff from sending me to Verbum Day High School. Do not let someone die like my grandmother that gives you the motivation and desire to pay off that student loan. Take advantage of the student loan interest rate. Take advantage of the 0% student interest loan rates. $39.99, $99. $39.99. Would you pay $39 or $99 to help me prevent you from getting charged maybe another $400 or $500 extra on a financing charge? Hey, what about if you're getting an electricity bill? If I could save you $200 or $300 on getting that deposit, how about those credit cards some of you guys are getting, man? Hey, maybe if I could get you to pay down that student loan, you can get to attack those credit cards that are just going to go up again. The Red's going to raise the interest rate another 0.25%. Remember, 0.25% rate interest increase by the Fed. By the time it's done with your credit card, that's a 2 or 3% interest increase to you. Pay down that student loan. Take advantage of the 0% interest rate. Every penny you apply toward that interest drops the principal. Do it now.